So Max 87 Hero SBC has been leaked. On top of that, we should be seeing the market peaking today. And we'll talk about all the other content that has come in the last 24 hours. But before we do start, if you guys are interested, I do offer daily subscriber trading guides. And you can get for free with Amazon Prime. All you got to do is click on the top link there. And again, you can subscribe for free, or it is £5, €5, or free with Amazon Prime. And as I say in there, you do get yourself daily investments. You get all the data to help you with shadow trading, which again is also updated daily. And again, lists to go and help you guys with lazy buys. So let's go and talk about the content that we went and got ourselves yesterday, because we didn't necessarily get so much 6 PM content, but we got ourselves some 5 PM content. And that is because we went and got ourselves one of the brand new POTMs to this FIFA, and that is the La Liga F POTM, and that was Ajabede who went and won. So Ajabede comes in at 40k, and a really weird thing about this card, by the way, is her default positions are striker, left wing, and left mid. This card can't play striker, but it can play every single position out wide. Her player roles, again, she's got plus on wingers on both sides and inside forward if you're playing her down the left. Regarding play styles, it's not amazing. Again, she literally is just a bit of dribbler with no shooting. She's got herself no shooting play styles, no passing play styles. Obviously, she's got herself rapid, which is a nice dribbling play style, and got herself quick step. But yeah, I mean, it's not too insane. Obviously, stat-wise, very nice, 93 pace. Decent shooting, decent finishing there. Shot power's not too bad. Dribbling's not too bad. Prefer high agility and balance. But yeah, so it's a very average SBC. A little bit awkward to go into teams. So let's talk about what she's done to the market. Well, we start off by looking at fodder and 85s again. She did require an 85 rate squad with one La Liga F card. This actually led me to recommend people buying a La Liga F high-rated fodder, because of course there is a lack of it, and if you need an 85 rated team with one La Liga F fodder, they're favoured to do well. Well, we can see right here, Paulinho went from 4 and he's already up to 4.7. We can see that Schüller started off at about 7.3, she's up to 8. We can see cards like Osherman, so 87s were about 12.5, they're close to 13. We can see Beth Mead was about 19, she's up to 20. We can see Odegaard was about 26, he's up to 28. And we can, I'd load up Kane. Go and see the 90s are also up. But the one thing I would say is, because there's an 85 rated squad and every piece of SBC fodder is up, it's probably not her rising fodder, and it's probably just the pre-existing Varane and Nico Williams that's been rising these 88s, 89s and 90s, because of course an 85 rated squad is not really going to do that. On top of that, people obviously doing Tura. So then what we've gone and done is look a little bit at her links. Now obviously her links are Atletico Madrid woman for the strong, but of course you do go and get yourself Atletico Madrid men, and of course there are some La Liga. So one of the investments we recommend of Lauren, she was 11k before the SBC came out, if I'm not wrong. They got 11k all over the weekend. We recommended her in the guide. Yesterday she did get herself up to 15k, so a nice little call there. We also recommended buying, where is it? I think we can go through them now. Also, we recommended Griezmann earlier the week at 88. He's up to 97. Oblak we didn't recommend. He went from about 19k to 21 and back down to 20. Nothing crazy there. Alvarez we recommended at 10k. He's up to 12.5k. And Diego Llorente I think we recommended earlier in the week at 4, and was advised to go and sell on the pre-hype at 5.5. A lot of these cards, well, I say a lot of the cards, but some of the cards were more expensive in the pre-hype with the likes of Oblak and the likes of Llorente. What was I going to say? Nigerian managers also were up a bit in the pre-hype. I think they might have gone up like 1 or 2k since the release, so there's some nice movements there. What's she done to left wings? Not really too much. Neymar did go and get up to 68k before she came out, then dropped to 65 and is currently 65. Kvaratskhelia got up to 10k before she came out and is now down to 9. Rafinha was up at 59k, went down to about 56. He's down to about 54 this morning. And Diaz was up at 33, then was about 31, now 30. And that was that. So the Met market is expected to go and peak today. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later. So other than Adebayo, the kind of the more interesting sort of movement, or the more interesting thing that we got that made more movements on the market was the One Nation Glory. Now this is a very, very hyped up objective, because of course it gives you SP, but also it gives you loads of big packs. It gives you a 5x83 plus. It gives you a 2x81, a 3x81, a 3x82, a 2x83, and a 2x84. Because of all these packs, there was a lot of demand to go and do it. But the requirements were you to go and use one nation. So as a result, what we saw some of the not so amazing cards from the top nations rise. For example, Olga Carmona, Diaby, Joelinton, St. Maxim, Batcher, Upamecano, Pavard. These cards that previously were down because no one's using them, everyone went and bought them for the objective. For example, Carmona went from 1.4k and she's up at 2.3k. DRB went from 4.8 and he's up at 6.9. Batcher went from around about, I guess, 14.5 and she's up to 18. She actually went up to 21k in the hype, which is crazy. So, yeah, just stuff to take away. Next time, look at a few of these guys who did really well. And next time, whenever EA needs you to use One Nation, expect them to do well. There was also a nice play with French left-backs. If I go here, like, even the plebby French left-backs did very well yesterday. For example, we go and grab Truffet. And if we go Owly yesterday, we can see these cards went from 600 coins all the way up to 2.5 because there are just no cheap, rare French left-backs. So as a result, you'll use either non-rares or expensive players. We saw decent rises on those players right there. That was kind of the content yesterday. Let's just walk through what happened with the market. Now, French and Serie A players did very well, continue to do very well because, of course, they're being linked up to Thuram. We can see right here, Saliba went from 220 up there to, well, now 330. We can see Walker went from 61 and he's up to 66. We can see that Kerr was 87, she's now up to 91. We can see Bonmetti was 251, she's now up to 270. We can see Rafinha was 51, he's now up to 53. Did get up to like 57 yesterday. But here's the thing to talk about, is that the market is now expected to peak and continue rising. So there's me showing you a bunch of meta cards that are up right now. The same thing happened last year. We can see they rose from the Saturday to the Sunday to the Monday to the Tuesday were okay. And then after the Tuesday started to drop. So for example, Saliba went and dropped down to 45k by the end of this weekend league. We can show you something more expensive like Vinicius Jr. Again, over the weekend, he was down at 950, rose up to 1.1 million, then dropped down there to 880 in the panic selling of the up-and-coming promo, which again, we will be covering in today. And then actually he rose and rose and rose. So what I'd recommend doing is selling your players today. If you want cards that are over 100k, you're going to go and buy them Friday in the panic selling. And then if they're over 100k, well, if they're about 100k, they'll rise for about 2 weeks. If they're about 300k, they'll rise for about 3 weeks. If they're about 1 million, they'll rise for almost the best part of, well, 4 weeks. And then Heroes and Icons actually ended up rising for even longer. Here's again another example here of De Jong. De Jong, again, peaked up here on the Monday, Tuesday, where we are today, at 68. Then went down to 51, but then managed to hold for about 2 weeks right there, between the 7th and the 20th. And also, now we're going to talk about Team of the Week. So gold cards, expected to peak. If you want to buy a team, you're going to go and buy them Thursday morning before Division Rivals if you get a nice big crash. If not, you can buy them Friday before 6 PM, or the midnight between Friday and Saturday can also work. Team of the Week, a lot of people have been asking me, oh, how is surely Van der Ven's really underpriced and he's going to rise out of packs? Surely Edmund Town's going to rise out of packs? Well, yeah, they've had a nice rise so far. For obviously Martinez, 127 is now up to 176. Peugeot is 31, now up to 39. Edmund Town went down to 209, he's now up to 230. Gabriel Martinelli went from 45 to 58k. Van der Ven went from about 162 to 176. But these cards are not expected to rise out of packs. There is 2 reasons why they're not expected to rise out of packs. One, this is Team of the Week 3 last year. None of these guys rose out of packs. This is when he was out of packs. This is when he was in packs. This is when he was out of packs. Overinvested and dropped. We can also go and show you Bellingham from last year. This is Bellingham in packs. This is Bellingham out of packs. He drops out of packs. I can also show you every single week this year. You know, now these last week's team weeks dropped going into out of packs, but obviously this week they've risen. So he dropped going into out of packs, didn't really rise. So again, no incentive to really hold after. Here's Rodman, even team week 1s dropped out of packs. Yes, they went up initially, but again, I wouldn't recommend buying them. Also, again, I don't expect to see this trend where they only drop there. I expect the market to go and drop through to Thursday morning, if not Friday afternoon. So yeah, current team weeks I do not recommend holding because they're favoured to keep dropping. Now moving on to Road to Knockout Stage Team 2. These guys had great rises, 85k, obviously up to 160 now on DeMarco. Romero went from 144 up to 182. Cherokee went from 150, he's up to 260. But this is where the cards are expected to peak, between now and maybe Thursday morning, if not midnight between Friday and Saturday. This is because every single RTK Team 1 last year did the same thing. They rose between the Friday, Saturday, and they peaked on the Monday, Tuesday, and then they went down to Saturday. Happened where everyone. Cheaps on the Friday, rose to the Monday/Tuesday, dropped to the Thursday. Next one, rose from the Thursday, peaked on the Monday, dropped to the Thursday. So yeah, Team Week, RTK Team 1s, I'd recommend selling and buying back basically Thursday morning with Division Rival Rewards, and then they should just continue to rise until the first games. Because yeah, what basically happened is they dropped, and then they proceeded to rise until either they were replaced or they proceeded to rise until their next game. So he dropped there, and again, these guys didn't play, if I'm not wrong. I think they didn't play for like 2 weeks, so he went there. Where is it? I think it was here, maybe? And then they played there and he went down in price. So yeah, the idea with the RTK is you're going to sell now, buy back Thursday, and then you can hold until the Monday before they play. Kalulu, same thing there. So same with RTTK Team 2, we don't recommend buying until Thursday morning, but then after Thursday morning they're a favourite to go and rise all the way through to the Monday before they go and play. Garnacho didn't really see much of a drop yesterday. Malgusto is actually up at the moment, but again I wouldn't worry. I do anticipate him dropping either going into Thursday's marquee matchups, if not, Thursday division rivals, if not to go and drop after. And again, even someone like Loftus-Cheek, not really down at the moment, but it doesn't really matter. A lot of the bulk selling is Tuesday to Thursday, so you don't really expect there to be much selling yesterday. Now, there have been some people saying, well, how are the Link investments going to do? Now, we didn't really have a crazy amount of data on how did Link investments do last year, because there just weren't many well-demanded SBCs, but I found a few things. For example, here's Lamptey, when he was used as a Link investment at Kudos there. We can see he peaked there on the Wednesday, then went, we can see he peaked there on the Monday, then went down in price. We can see the following week again, he peaked there on the Monday, Tuesday, then went down in price. Also, later in the 1 week later, we also had the well-demanded Rodrigo SBC. This is Militao going up for the Rodrigo SBC. And then kind of peaking here on the Monday and then going down in price. So again, I do recommend selling Link investments today. And if you want to go and buy them back, you can go and buy them back either Thursday morning with division rivals. If not, we're going to be probably buying either Friday in the panic selling at 6 PM of the new promo. If not, Friday between midnight Friday to Saturday. Regarding leaks, what's going on with the likes of leaks? Well, again, 87 max pack is expected to come. Although, I'll be honest with you, I don't expect it anytime soon. That's because the Hero SBC we got this year has come out the exact same time as last year. The Icon SBC has come out the exact same time as last year. And therefore I expect, yet again, the Hero to come out the exact same time. The Hero SBC, if I can go and find it from last year, came out on the Sunday. So fodder is going to drop between now and Sunday, so I don't recommend buying now in the anticipation of it. Your best buy is going to be buying it midnight between Friday to Saturday, and then going and selling that fodder Wednesday after 6 PM. What fodder do I recommend buying over on the midnight between Friday and Saturday? I'd go 85s, 6s, 7s and 8s. If you want to gamble on there being well-demanded player SBCs along with it, you can also go up to 88. But yeah, 5s, 6s, 7s and 8s is what I recommend. It cost 90k last year. I don't know if I can go and find you the requirement. Requirement is an 86 rated team, so you can see how again that requires kind of the low rated, but nothing too exceptionally high. Definitely don't recommend buying 84s as well, because again they haven't really moved off. Now let's talk a little bit about what the next promo is going to be, and I'm not quite sure if it's going to go and crash the market, because the next promo is these guys. If we go and scroll up right here, we can see that Season 1 Total Rush is a brand new season and concept, and blah blah blah, no one cares. On the 11th of October, this Friday, the Total Rush campaign will celebrate dream picks from famous faces who bring together their style and skills. The problem I have is Ryan Gold, Nacho Gil, Fontas, and maybe, okay, in exception Muriel, are not players that I would say screams together the styles and skill. They're not the MLS players. These guys have lived the majority of their sort of career in the MLS, so I'm a bit confused how these guys show their styles and skills, but whatever. So we're not quite sure what the promo is going to be, because again, these guys' upgrades weren't like they got massive skill upgrades or massive dribbling upgrades. It's very run-of-the-mill. I think it is going to be a little bit like Trailblazers last year, where it's nothing really that crazy. It's just generic sort of maybe inform or 2 inform upgrades. Maybe some players get a big pace upgrade. But yeah, we're not expecting too much, which is why we might see more panic selling going into 6 PM on Friday than actually post 6 PM on Friday. Especially maybe like icons and out-pack promo cards. I think they'll be really good to go and buy in the panic selling of this, because if the cards we've got in the objectives are anything to go by, yeah, nothing crazy. And if this is a 2-week promo, it also means that out-of-pack cards and expensive cards should have a nice rise for 2 weeks. Because these aren't anything that's going to go in crazily, like unless we get some great value for money SBCs, these aren't going to go and replace a lot of players in people's squads, not at a fast rate. Which means, again, I don't think you really have to go and worry about the, I don't really think you have to go and worry about the market dropping. So, yeah, really nice for people like myself who are icon trading and hero trading, and for you guys with expensive teams, because it does mean, because we're probably not going to get an insane, or because the promo is not looking to be too insane this Friday, your market, your player should hold value. Another little thing I am just going to go and say as well, just because there is it's a bit of a late investment you can make, but Britain is already up about 8k, but if you guys want a long-term investment, the likes of Written can be a buy. You buy now, probably sell her in a month. Just because the odds on us getting discard 89 rated informs is quite low. Again, she is quite heavily inflated, but if you guys literally have no interest in trading whatsoever, she is a card you can go and buy and probably go and sell her in a month, and she'll probably be up at like 50, 60k. Just because the odds on us getting another 89 rated discard inform is quite low. But I would say that goes and wraps it up. Again, I do plan of continuing doing lots of shallow trading, lots of icon trading. Again, icon should be very safe. The market didn't really drop with the hero packs. If you guys do have heroes, I wouldn't really go and panic sell them. I'd probably go and sell them now to maybe buy them back on the Thursday, but they don't drop with the hero pack. If anything, heroes just across the board went up with the hero pack because people anticipate that they go and pack something and then they don't actually go and get anything. But that is going to go and wrap it up. So again, the market's anticipated to drop between today through to Thursday morning, and then maybe for some cards even Friday pre 6 PM, if not midnight between Friday and Saturday. And then, of course, we've covered some investments. But thank you very much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.